I've been backpacking enough times with a group where I started to gain confidence and interest in embarking on a solo backpacking trip. At the same time, I've been wanting to go on a nice motorcycle ride since I haven't really been on a proper one since my cross-country road trip. Check out that video on my channel if you haven't already, it's a pretty great trip. Don't get me wrong, commuting with the bike is still fun, but the same route over and over gets pretty monotonous. So I had this great idea. Why don't I combine the two? I know I don't necessarily have the most comfortable bike, but how hard could it really be? I've been in more uncomfortable situations, so I hyped myself up and started to plan the trip. Plus, lane splitting is legal in California, so I loved the idea of getting to and from the trailhead faster. Since it was my first solo backpacking trip, I didn't want to plan something too hard and too far from my home and civilization in general. I found this great loop near Point Reyes that was only 2.5 hours away from me and seemed perfect for a first-time solo trip. 17.5 miles in 2 days, less than 3,000 feet of elevation gain, beautiful scenery of the Pacific Ocean. What could go wrong? I grabbed the permit and started to pack for my trip. I keep all my camping gear in my backpack for storage, so I started with taking all the gear out of my backpack and comparing it to my definitive list of items to bring on a backpacking trip document that I've been fine-tuning as I learned what I do and don't need for myself on these trips. Referencing the list, I grabbed myself the backpack, a single-person tent, a sleeping bag, a sleeping pad, an inflatable pillow, and 2 freeze-dried meals for dinner and breakfast. For clothes, I took the hiking boots I'll be wearing, some slides, wool socks and sock liners, convertible hiking pants, sweatpants, underwear, t-shirts, a warm sweater, a puffer jacket, a hat, and a pair of long johns. Then some essentials, where I brought toilet paper, some consumables including mosquito spray, sunscreen, and toothpaste, a flashlight with a built-in USB battery bank, I love this thing so much, 2 water bottles, trash bags, a spork and knife combo, a lighter, a med kit, a Letterman knife, a headlamp, a camping stove with gas, and a water filter. I also brought 3 things that I definitely did not need to bring, but wanted to just for my enjoyment. A book on financial planning so I can act like an adult, a Steam Deck for video gaming so I can act like a child, and a GoPro so I can film my motorcycle trip. I try to keep it as minimal as possible and still comfortable, besides the 3 non-essentials obviously. Let me know if there's something you would have brought and left behind. I always love to learn from others. Since I was going solo, there were a couple things I was missing that my friends usually carry, so I ran to my favorite store, REI, to grab them. I bought a poop shovel, a camping pot, some extra gas for the stove, and some Cliff Bars. I finished packing, weighed my pack, which surprisingly was 22.8 pounds, and went to bed early for a good night's sleep.
Okay, it's 4:30 in the morning. I was gonna wake up at 5, but I just naturally woke up. Rolled around a bit, and I'm just gonna get up. Yeah, gonna make some breakfast, and gonna dress warm and hit the road. Okay. Feeling pretty cozy. Yeah, feeling good. Let's do this. I'm ready to go. I'm ready.
This is the trusty steed that will be taking me. This is a 2005 Suzuki SV1000. She's been fantastic to me for the last 4 years of ownership. Sounds great too. So I'm excited. I should get there pretty quickly if everything goes to plan.
It's still pretty early, so I'm just gonna push it out. I don't want to wake up my neighbors.
So this is the part where I would show you my S-tier footage of my ride with the sunrise, but you'll get Google Street View footage instead. I had the pleasure of feeling my GoPro brush my side as I turned around and watched it hit the highway pavement and obliterate into pieces. It happened on I-80 near Vacaville. So if you're in that area and by some crazy odds find the micro SD card intact and are watching this video, please let me know. So just watch this footage and imagine me going this speed. Here, I'll even do a little wheelie for you. Woo, look at that angle, woo! All right, so pulled over for a bit. I'm about halfway there. It's pretty cold, so I just wanted to thaw. Yeah, so just thawing out. Everything's going smooth-ish. The only thing that happened is the GoPro fell off on the highway. It just completely broke. So pretty disappointed about that. You know, I had some beautiful shots of the sunrise. Otherwise, we're just gonna thaw some more and keep on moving. A nice trick a gentleman once taught me is sticking your gloves right over here near the engine just to warm them up a bit, since, you know, the engine is producing so much heat, you might as well utilize it. You'd also kind of put your hands on it a little bit, probably with a glove so it doesn't just completely burn you, but yeah, just putting your hand on it just to warm it up. Built-in hand warmer. After my moment of healing, I continued off the interstate to some back roads, and the scenery was so great. Still cold, so I didn't go too hard, especially since I was seeing frost in some parts of the road. Last thing I want is an accident before I start my trip. Afterwards, not preferred, but more tolerable. Alright, well, I made it. I'm really pissed now that I don't have the GoPro because there were some really, really pretty roads on the way here. Sad that I lost it. But I'm glad I brought a bike. It's packed. A lot of cars around, so there was like no parking, but you know, it's a bike, so it's a lot easier to park. Gonna set up now. I need to disperse the stuff in my backpack, especially like the sleeping bag. I have a place to put it out here, but you know, I obviously didn't want that out while riding. Really, really, really pretty day. So I'm gonna go ahead and start rearranging the stuff in my backpack. Yeah, I am super cold. I'm really glad I brought 2 pairs of gloves, because even with those 2 pairs, my hands were starting to get a little numb, but you know, not painfully numb, but you know, that's not good. My socks though, even with those wool socks, my feet are pretty numb, so hopefully they'll, I guess, thaw a little bit while I unpack all this stuff I have and then rearrange it, you know. Finished rearranging my pack, took an extra photo of the map, you never know, and I took off. Yeah. So far, so good. As I trip on a rock. Yeah, it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just such perfect weather. I love it. As you could tell by the parking lot in some of the clips, it was pretty busy. The start of the loop shared a trail where a lot of day hikers went, so I looked a little out of place with my pack, but obviously with a mission. Speaking of missions, my first was to get water. I didn't pack any with me on the motorcycle, so I walked a bit over a mile to reach a creek I could filter. Some guy saw me pumping water and offered me his water bottle. I thought that was so kind of him. It's nice to be reminded there are really kind people out here. Yeah, pumped up my water, so gonna get going. I let him keep his water because he didn't have a pump, so you know, obviously he needs it more than I do. filled up on water, ate a snack, and moved on. I just kept walking until my body told me to stop, only briefly pausing to admire nature around me. As time passed, less and less people were around me, until I took a right on a fork and I abruptly became alone.
Not a lot of rocks around. I was hoping I'd find a rock or something to sit down on, but it's just so lush, which is a good thing, really, but for my tush, not so much. Had to sit on the ground. Although, a rock really wouldn't make that much of a difference in retrospect. Bro, these goos go so crazy. They go so crazy. I feel like I could run right now. The terrain drastically changed. It was this lush, kind of almost deer trail. Now, I feel like I'm just walking on like a service road. It's probably just part of the trail, but at least I'm not tripping on anything, so there's always positives to everything. According to my maps, this is the last, at least visible source of water before I get to my campsite, so I'm just gonna go ahead and refill my water super quick. Sounds so nice. Ow. Ooh. Ah, not stinging nettle. Ow. Ooh, that hurt. Okay, let's not. Oh, that hurt really bad. Ow. Oh my god. Ow. Oh god. That hurt really bad. Got my water, but my butt touched one of these guys. It really hurt. I want to say it's stinging nettle because it just stung really bad. I don't see anything that would have stung me animal-wise. I'm not an expert though. I'm just gonna hope it's that because that's not the end of the world. And then I can just live in ignorance. All right, I'm approaching the campground. There's a bathroom. Oh, this is so fancy. I feel like I'm staying at a Hilton. Oh, yes, I am excited for that. Oh, it's gonna be nice and cozy. My God, this is so nice. Oh my God, bro. Benches, food lockers. Oh, I just gotta find whichever one of these is my site. All right, here's my site number 6. Oh my God, I'm so excited. This is gonna be so nice. Got a neighbor. Looks like they're not in though. Ooh, all right, let's start setting up. Actually, let me just rest for a sec. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Ooh. Got the tent set up.
and film it because I don't think there's an easier tent to set up out there. It's literally 2 poles that go as an X, and then this rainfly. That's literally it. I love this tent so much. Gotta do the air mattress. Well, not, is it an air mattress? The pad. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, gotta do the pad and keep unpacking. All done. Just got some clothes in here, water, my pillow and sleeping bag, and the actual backpack, the Steam Deck and the book for tonight. And this is so nice, honestly, just because I can just kind of like put all my consumables in there when I get to them, and just stuff that doesn't need to be in the tent necessarily for the evening. I always like to keep the clothes right next to me because sometimes you don't expect the night to get so cold, and you just have something to put on real quick and go back to bed. I was resting and reading my book. Well, not actually in this clip, I just wanted to look smart for the camera. When suddenly 2 strangers came up to my camp. They introduced themselves and asked me if I wanted to play cards and eat some oranges they brought. How could I say no to that? We hit it off really well and ended up having dinner together and socializing until the evening. Once it got cold, we settled into our tents, and I played some video games before going to bed. Last night was pretty fun. Made 2 new friends, and we had a really, really good time. Very, very unexpected, but very welcomed at the same time. Sleep was so-so. I think there was a rock right underneath my pad. Well, underneath the tent, underneath the pad. And just kept waking me up. I think I woke up like 6-7 times throughout the night, but it's alright because I still feel pretty rested. Gonna start making breakfast soon and then packing out. For breakfast I have spaghetti and meatballs, which not the freeze dried, which I don't really know if it counts as breakfast, but it's in the morning, so it's breakfast. I think I'm gonna walk the trail with the 2 new friends. There's a portion that we have actually together, so up until a wildcat camp near the coast. So won't be solo for that part, but should be fun. We ate our breakfast together, packed our belongings back into our backpacks, and took off. The start was pretty simple. We had a descent down the mountain so we could chat and walk with ease.
Yes.
You think? Oh, probably.
For the hedges?
Every now and again. Yeah, definitely.
It's to prevent overgrowth.
Yeah, I mean this stuff is totally trimmed, without a doubt.
Reaching the coastline, we were rewarded with a beautiful view of the ocean as we continued our descent, chatting with some fellow backpackers and stopping for a quick snack on a bench. We started to see more people as we kept going and kept moving until the duo's campsite. Just waiting on the 2 to drop off their packs. They're going to be staying here for the night, and they're going to hike with me towards the falls, and then we're going to split ways over there. Yeah, nothing really to say. Just filmed a little bit along the way, but it's just gorgeous. It's mostly downhill, some uphill, so it's really, really nice. Just a good, way to finish off the trail. Paul was so nice and offered to carry my pack and swap for his day pack since it was much lighter. Who does that? I haven't even known him for 24 hours. How is he this nice? He argued that since his pack was double my weight, We were both shedding the same amount of weight, so it makes it fair.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Continuing the trail felt too easy, and we got to where we split off sooner than expected. Said our goodbyes and exchanged our numbers.
Okay. Said my goodbyes. Back to being solo. Probably gonna get there pretty quickly. Only got like 3.5 miles left. Yeah, I'm just trying to push at this point, you know. I don't want to ride too late, or, you know, I just want to get back to the bike and start that part of the journey. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going.
And push I did. I knew I was getting close as the number of day hikers started to increase, and a couple people would stop me to ask for directions. The trees started to clear a visible path of the parking lot, and I knew my loop had ended.
All right. Looks like the bike is all okay. I wasn't too worried, but you never know. Cool. Okay, gonna rearrange my pack and then start dealing with that. Whew. Nice. Successful backpacking. Loop. Pretty tired. I just pushed the rest of that last part. After we parted ways, I was just like, I don't want to stop. I want to get here. I want to rest. Yeah, and I got a nice little shady spot. Bike's right in front of me. Yeah, so just chilling, resting now. Repacked everything. So, yeah, I guess it's time to go. We're good.
The ride back was a lot more enjoyable than the ride to the trailhead. Since it was actually warm, I had the opportunity to do some more spirited riding on the twisties, as much as I could with a huge backpack messing with my gravity. But let me tell you, I was damn close to dropping knee on some of those corners. I also stopped for gas at the first so-called affordable gas station. Didn't want to risk running out, obviously.
Okay, little update. It's so much better for both me and the bike when it's actually warm out. I feel like I'm not even feeling the soreness of the backpack just because it's been a lot of fun. And I can actually enjoy the ride because it's not freezing. I'm not wearing 2 pairs of gloves and 3 jackets and still freezing. I'm just wearing 1 jacket, 1 pair of gloves, and doing perfectly fine. So I'll update on the next stop.
But there was no next stop. I just kept going until I made it home. A successful trip and test run of solo backpacking on a motorcycle under my belt.
We're back! Oh my god, I am so sore. I feel like the combination of the backpack on my shoulders and my hips, and then I guess just my butt from the extra weight of that backpack when I'm sitting on the bike, my feet, just my whole body's sore. My whole body's sore. But everything went pretty great. I had a really good time. The only thing that happened was the GoPro fell off, and then a bug flew into my eye on the way back. I wish I had footage to show the motorcycle ride, but like I said, the GoPro just fell off, so unfortunately I couldn't just hold I can, but I don't know if it's the safest thing to hold my phone to film while riding. What's the verdict? Backpacking, really fun. Sport bikes, really fun. Backpacking and sport bikes, doable, but not so fun in the conditions I at least was in. It was just really, really cold.
Yeah, I was pretty beat up filming that clip. I ended up passing out and sleeping for 12 hours. Oof. Riding up to the gas station was fine, but once I got on the interstate again, all the soreness came back since it wasn't so fun and euphoric anymore, and much more of a grind to get home. Like I said, the killer of the sport bike and backpacking combo for me was primarily the cold. Yes, I was sore, but that wasn't as bad as losing feeling in my body from the elements. Maybe next time I'll invest in some hand guards against the cold. That would make a world's difference. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed my trip. Bye-bye.